books. Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur. So this is going to be a little awkward because I'm going to hold it with one hand while trying to turn the pages and holding the mic in the other. But let's just go with it. Let's just see how it goes. So she's written this book. This is really, if you like poetry, this is the book. I'm sure you guys are familiar with it. She's written this book into 4 parts: the hurting, the loving, the breaking, and the healing. And it's just a good read. So let's just get started. Oh, the book is a little mature for some people, so I'm just putting that out there. So let's get started. Okay, here we go. The first boy that kissed me held my shoulders down like the handlebars of the first bicycle he ever rode. I was 5. He had the smell of starvation on his lips, which he picked up from his father feasting on his mother at 4 a.m. He was the first boy to teach me my body was forgiving to those that wanted, that I should feel anything less than whole. And my God, did I feel as empty as his mother at 4:25 a.m. You have been taught your legs are a pit stop for men that need a place to rest, a vacant body empty enough for guests, but no one ever comes and is willing to stay. He was supposed to be the first male love of your life. You still search for him everywhere. Father. You were so afraid of my voice, I decided to be afraid of it too. She was a rose in the hands of those who had no intention of keeping her. Every time you tell your daughter you yell at her out of love, you teach her to confuse anger with kindness, which seems like a good idea till she grows up to trust men who hurt her because they look so much like you. 2 fathers with daughters. I've had sex, she said, but I don't know what making love is. If I knew what safety looked like, I would have spent less time falling into arms that were not. There is no bigger illusion in the world than the idea that a woman will bring dishonor into a home if she tries to keep her heart and her body safe. You pinned my legs to the ground with your feet and demanded I stand up. A daughter should not have to beg her father for a relationship. Trying to convince myself I am allowed to take up space is like writing with my left hand when I was born to use my right. The idea of shrinking is hereditary. You tell me to quiet down because my opinions make me less beautiful. But I was not made with a fire in my belly so I could be put out. I was not made with a lightness on my tongue so I could be easy to swallow. I was made heavy, half blade and half silk, difficult to forget and not easy for the mind to follow. He cuts her with his fingers like he's scraping the inside of a cantaloupe clean. Your mother is in the habit of offering more love than you can carry. Your father is absent. You are a war, the border between 2 countries, the collateral damage, the paradox that joins the 2, but also splits them apart. Emptying out of my mother's belly was my first act of disappearance. Learning to shrink for a family who likes their daughters invisible was the second. The art of being empty is simple. Believe them when they say you are nothing. Repeat it to yourself like a wish. I am nothing, I am nothing, I am nothing. is from the heaving of your chest. The art of being empty. You plow into me with 2 fingers, and I am mostly shocked. It feels like rubber against an open wound. I do not like it. You begin pushing faster and faster, but I feel nothing. You search my face for a reaction, so I begin acting like the naked women in the videos you watch when you think no one is looking. I imitate their moans, hollow and hungry. You ask if it feels good, and I say yes, so quickly it sounds rehearsed, but the acting you do not notice. The thing about having an alcoholic parent is an alcoholic parent does not exist. Simply an alcoholic who could not stay sober long enough to raise their children. I struggle so deeply to understand how someone can pour their entire soul, blood, and energy into someone without wanting anything in return. I will have to wait till I'm a mother. No, it won't be love at first sight when we first meet. It'll be love at first remembrance. Because I've seen you in my mother's eyes when she tells me to marry the type of man I'd want to raise my son to be like. My favorite thing about you is your smell. You smell like earth, herbs, gardens, a little more human than the rest of us. I know I should grumble for better reasons, but have you seen that boy? He brings the sun to its knees every night. He placed his hands on my mind before reaching for my waist, my hips, or my lips. He didn't call me beautiful first, he called me exquisite. How he touches me. Sorry, my hair. I am learning how to love him by loving myself. I am ready for you. I have always been ready for you. The first time. I do not want to have you to fill the empty parts of me. I want to be full on my own. I want to be so complete I could light a whole city, and then I want to have you, because the 2 of us combined could set it on fire. Love will come, and when love comes, love will hold you. Love will call you your name, and you will melt. Sometimes, though, love will hurt you, but love will never mean to. Love will play no games, because love knows life has been hard enough already. I'd be lying if I said you make me speechless. The truth is, you make my tongue so weak it forgets what language to speak in. You might not have been my first love, but you were the love that made all the other loves irrelevant. You talk too much, he whispers into my ear. I can think of better ways to use that mouth. It's your voice that undresses me. My name sounds so good, French kissing your tongue. You wrap your fingers around my hair and pull. This is how you make music out of me. Foreplay. On days like this, I need you to run your fingers through my hair and speak softly. You. I want your hands to hold, not my hands. Your lips to kiss, not my lips, but says, "I deserve better," I snap to your defense out of habit. "He still loves me," I shout. She looks at me with defeated eyes, the way a parent looks at their child when they know this is the type of pain even they can't fix, and says, "It means nothing to me if he loves you, if he can't do a single wretched thing about it." You were so distant, I forgot you were there at all. He only whispers, "I love you," as he slips his hands down the waistband of your pants. This is where you must understand the difference between want and need. You may want that boy, but you certainly don't need him. You were temptingly beautiful, but stung when I got close. More than anything, I want to save you from myself. You have spent enough nights with his manhood curled inside your legs to forget what loneliness feels like. It must hurt to know I am your most beautiful regret. I didn't leave because I stopped loving you. I left because the longer I stayed, the less I loved myself. The one who arrives after you will remind me love is supposed to be soft. He will taste like the poetry I wish I could write. If he can't help but degrade other women when they're not looking, if toxicity is central to his language, he could hold you in his lap and be soft. Honey, that man could feed you sugar and douse you in rose water, but that still could not make him sweet. If you want to know the type of man he is. I am a museum full of art, but you had your eyes shut. You must have known you were wrong when your fingers were dipped inside me, searching for honey that would not come for you. The thing worth holding on to would not have let go. When you are broken and he has left you, do not question whether you were enough. The problem was, you were so enough, he was not able to carry it. Love made the danger in you look like safety. Even when you undress her, you are searching for me. I am sorry I taste so good. When the two of you make love, it is still my name that rolls off your tongue accidentally. I don't know what living a balanced life feels like. When I am sad, I don't cry, I pour. When I am happy, I don't smile, I glow. When I am angry, I don't yell, I burn. The good thing about feeling in extremes is when I love, I give them wings. But perhaps that isn't such a good thing, because they always tend to leave. And you should see me when my heart is broken. I don't grieve, I shatter. I came all this way to give you all these things, but you aren't even looking. The abused and the abuser. I have been both. It always comes back to you, boils, circles, itches its way back to you. I was music, but you had your ears cut off. You were not wrong for leaving, you were wrong for coming back and thinking you could have me when it was convenient and leave when it was not. How can I write if he took my hands with him? Your voice alone drives me to tears. I don't know why I split myself open for others knowing so exist in two places at once when you ask if we can still be friends. I am water, soft enough to offer life, tough enough to drown it away. Sorry. Starting to struggle with the pages. Perhaps I don't deserve nice things, because I am paying for sins I don't remember. You must enter a relationship with yourself before anyone else. Accept that you deserve more, the painful love. Life is moving. The healthiest thing for your heart is to move with it. It is part of the human experience to feel pain. Do not be afraid. Open yourself to it. Evolving. Loneliness is a sign you are in desperate need of yourself. Sorry. You are in the habit of codepending on people to make up for what you think you lack. Who tricked you into believing another person was meant to complete you when the most they can do is compliment? Do not look for healing at the feet of those who broke you. Stay strong through your pain. Grow flowers from it. You have helped me grow flowers out of mine. So bloom beautifully, dangerously, loudly. Bloom softly, however you need. Just bloom. To the reader. I thank the universe for taking everything it has taken and giving to me everything it is giving. Balance. It takes grace to remain kind in cruel situations. Fall in love with your solitude. There is a difference between telling someone you love. There is a difference between someone telling you they love you and them actually loving you. Sometimes the apology never comes when it is wanted, and when it comes, it is neither wanted nor needed. You are too late. You tell me I am nothing like most girls and let me start that over. You tell me I am nothing like most girls and learn to kiss me with your eyes closed. Something about that phrase, something about how I have to be unlike the women I call sisters in order to be wanted, makes me want to spit your tongue out. Like I am supposed to be proud you picked me, as if I should be relieved you think I am better than them. The next time he points out the hair on your legs is growing back, remember and remind that boy your body is not his home. He is a guest. Warn him to never outstep his welcome again. To be soft is to be powerful. You deserve to be completely found in your surroundings, not lost within them. Accept yourself as you were designed. Your body is a museum of natural disasters. You can grasp how stunning that is. Removing all the hair off your body is okay, if that's what you want to do, just as much as keeping all the hair on your body is okay, if that's what you want to do. You belong only to yourself. Apparently, it is ungraceful of me to mention my period in public, because the actual biology of my body is too real. It is okay to sell what's between a woman's legs, more than it is okay to mention its inner workings. The recreational use of this body is seen as beautiful, while its nature is seen as ugly. so will the happiness. Be patient. We are all born so beautiful. The greatest tragedy is being convinced we are not. The world gives you so much pain, and here you are making gold out of it. There is nothing purer than that. Some people are so bitter, to them you must be kindest. We all move forward when we recognize how resilient and striking the women around us are. For you to see beauty here does not mean there is beauty in me. It means there is beauty rooted so deep within, you can't help but see it everywhere. Hair, if it was not supposed to be there, would not be growing on our bodies in the first place. We are at war with what comes most naturally to us. If you are not enough for yourself, you will never be enough for someone else. You have to stop searching for why at some point. You have to leave it alone. You must want to spend the rest of your life with yourself first. Of course, I want to be successful, but I don't crave success for me. I need to be successful to gain enough milk and honey to help those around me succeed.